If you don't understand how to play, you cannot enjoy marriage. You've got to marry somebody who can forgive you. There's a difference between somebody who can endure and somebody who can forgive. There are people who can endure you in bitterness. And such a marriage will be here. They are there, they are not going to leave the marriage, but they will remind you of every fault you have ever committed. That's not the kind of person I'm talking about. So they are there to enjoy you. They are not leaving the marriage. They are not leaving the relationship, but they will remind you for the rest of your life. And what that can do, it can demoralize you. That you cannot grow in such an environment where there is endurance, but there is no forgiveness. I hope you get that. There are two different things. There are people who can endure you, but they don't forgive you. And they keep reminding you every day, and that will limit your growth. So you want to marry somebody who can forgive you. There will be a lot of reasons to forgive. And all these things I'm sharing with you, I share with you based on the authority of the scriptures. Let me read you a scripture so you get to what I'm talking about. So, in Psalms chapter 103 and verse 7 is a long a scripture. I encourage you to go and read it. It's long. But you will find out where God is speaking to us about the issue of forgiveness in details. There will be reasons for you to forgive. So you got to marry somebody who can forgive you. Not somebody who can remind you. And the forgiveness I'm talking about is the kind of forgiveness that God gives us. Remember that when you commit an error, God does not come back to remind you of the errors every day, every time. The idea of that you forgive but you don't forget is not true. It's not scriptural. We are told to forgive as we have been forgiven by God. And God forgives and wipes it away. He blots it out. He doesn't remember it. And that's how we are supposed to forgive. If you went to pray to God and every day reminds you, do you remember what you did yesterday that I forgive you of? You will not, your relationship with God will be hindered. But when God forgives, He forgets it. He wipes it away. So you've got to marry somebody who can forgive, who forgives. And you must also be a forgiver. And otherwise, there will be bitterness in that relationship. You will live your entire life in bitterness. And let me also drop this. Forgiveness frees you more than the one you forgive. Very, very, very confident that this video has blessed you. Please, I'd like you to follow me on all my platforms such that anytime we have something interesting, because we have a lot of subjects that we're going to be dealing with. So I encourage you to subscribe and be the first to get to know when we put up something interesting for you.